Hello everyone, this is CS Cameron here with a very beginner friendly Python tutorial. This is basically an updated version of Tech with Tim's weather tutorial, as the API calls did change a little bit, and instead of using cities they actually use geographical coordinates now, so the latitude and longitude. If you guys do want updated version, you have to also include a different API to actually automatically get the coordinates for a city input. I can do that for you as well. But for now, we'll basically just be doing this very beginner basic tutorial to show you guys how to print the current weather information to the screen as well as the temperature. So first, what you guys are going to do is open up your CMDs. So you're going to want to open up your CMD, and we're going to have to import a library called requests. And this basically does something with getting information from a website and back, I believe. So you're going to want to do pip install requests. And I do already have it installed, so that's basically what all this is saying. If you don't, it'll obviously download it. If the pip doesn't work, I know some of you guys can try pip3 install requests, and that also will install it. So once you guys install requests, we will need to go over to the link in my bio. It is a website. Let me switch it over to that real quick. Okay. So it's going to be on this website called openweathermap.org. I will have the link in the bio so you guys can easily click it. All you're going to have to do is come up here to sign in, create an account. All you need is an email and a password. You don't have to pay for this or anything. And you can click on API. And then we will go to current weather data, and it'll be the API doc. And this is the API we'll be using. So this is the call that we will input. These are the parameters, so the lat and the longitude. Like I said, you will, somewhere around here, it says something about the geocoding API, so you will have to import that as well if you don't want to use lat and longitude. But for now, we'll use this. It's no issue, and later on, if you guys want to see how to import the geocoding API, I can learn that and teach you guys that as well. So once you guys create your account, you're going to want to click up here on the arrow by your name, click My API Keys, and this is going to be your API key right here. So it'll say create key. You might not have one. You have to click generate. Once you click generate, you're going to want to put it right here. Do not give this key to anybody. I will be deleting this account afterwards just so you guys can't use my key or anything. It's active right now, so we'll be using this for the meantime. But until then, you guys just need to go ahead and copy this to your clipboard, and that'll be it from this website. You can basically close this website after you get the key. Alrighty, so now we can go back into our Python. You guys should have your API key copied to your clipboard. So first, what we're going to want to do is import requests, and then, sorry, there's a yellow line, probably hasn't been used yet. And then we're going to go ahead and create some variables. It'll be called API key. And what you guys can do here is just go ahead and actually put your API key, copy and paste it within these parentheses. So it'll be saved as a string. Alrighty, and then you guys can also get a base URL. And you guys can actually copy this. I'll put this in the description as well. This is just going to be the base URL. It's just the beginning half, just so you don't have to type out everything. And you can put this as actually a parameter as well into the F type. Okay, and let's see here. This is my first tutorial, so please bear with me, guys. I am a beginner coder as well, and I'm just trying to show you guys what I have learned, and maybe you guys will find it interesting as much as I do. Okay, next we can create variables for the latitude and the longitude. So we can just go ahead and make it small. We can say lat equals input, and then we can just do like enter an exact latitude, and then obviously give it a space so it looks nice. And then we can do the same thing for longitude. It's kind of hard. I'm on a 60% keyboard right now, so I don't have arrows and things, so bear with me, please. And this one will be the opposite. It'll be the longitude. Okay, So there's that. So we have inputs for the latitude and the longitude. And then you guys are going to create another variable called request URL. And we'll equal that to be this right here. Okay. So basically what this is it's going to be a... Okay. Next, you guys are going to create another variable called the request URL. And this will be an F type, so we'll be able to input other variables that we've created or the input that someone else has entered. So we'll do this, and we'll first put the base URL. And after the base URL, we'll do I have a little cheat sheet, so I'm what I'm looking at, but it's latitude first. So this will be what the user entered for the latitude. And then it'll be and lon equals and then longitude. And then and APPID equals API underscore key that we created as well. And I believe that's it. Okay. So basically what we did here was we created the request URL, so it's another variable, but we made it so this is all based off of the inputs. And obviously it'll change every time. This will also be able to get different locations when we actually put this into the response, into the request. So it'll be base URL, which comes up to here. So it'll put all of this. And since it already says lat equals, we'll just put the lat afterwards because that's what ends, right? So it'll be the lat. So whatever the person enters for the lat will go here. And then we're also adding and lon and then longitude. So whatever they enter here will go here. And app ID, this will be your API key. So this will be your key. So it'll come up here, grab that, come up here, grab that, come right here, grab that, base URL, grab that. That's basically what that's doing. Okay. And then we'll create one last variable called response. And this will be requests dot get, and then we'll do request underscore URL. Okay. Next, we can do an if statement. This will be if response dot status underscore code equals 200. And I think this is like some type of HTML thing. It's like 200 means that it went through correctly. There's a whole bunch of other ones. Like if it doesn't equal 200, basically it failed or it dropped. I don't know, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. So we'll do equals 200. Then we'll do data equals response dot JSON. Or no, JSON. It's a JSON file. JSON and bam. So it'll turn response into a variable. So that'll be data. So now what we can do real quick is we can just print the data. Let's see what data we get. So data, print data. All right, and we should be able to run this. And then after we get print data, we can go ahead and run that real quick. Enter an exact latitude. So let's just let me go ahead and actually grab it real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find some coordinates for Manhattan. Manhattan's info. So 40.776676. And so we can go ahead and click enter on that. And for the longitude, we have negative 73 point blah, blah, blah. And let's see if it knows that it's Manhattan. So we got that, the weather, so it's clear right now, clear skies. So we could put that into we could output that in our program. What else do we do? The temp. So the temp, I believe this is in, it's called Kelvin. So I do have an equation to convert that to Fahrenheit for all of us Fahrenheit users. And let's see what else we got. Let's see, does it know if it's Manhattan? Bam, it says name Manhattan. Awesome. Okay, so based off of the API key and everything that we entered, the request URL, request URL, this is the data that we ended up getting into our JSON. So we're basically printing the JSON file. This is all the info we got. So what we can do with that is actually just take info out of these sets and give them our own variable names. So let's do weather. So let's say weather, and we could say equals, and because it is data, the variable is data, it will be data, and then the set code. So we'll do, I think the first one we want is weather. Okay, and then so we have weather, and then we want to do set 0. So it'll be the first set, and then we'll do what we want. So 0, and then we'll do, I think what we want is description. So description. Okay. And just to make sure that worked, we can go ahead and actually just print weather and see what we get. So print, and then we could just say weather. All right, let's see if we get what we wanted. Shoot, I have to get the coordinates again. 3, okay. So look, it says clear sky. So us printing our weather actually got us the clear sky, which is good. So we got that now. Next, we probably want to get the temperature. These are like the main things to me that I believe. So temperature. So let's create another variable called temperature. And we will go ahead and give it would be data. And then this one would be, it would be in the main. Blah, blah, blah. And then after data in the main, it'll be the temp. Okay. And then quickly, I mean, we already know that, so we can delete that. Let's just go ahead and print that as well. But let's give that, let's print temperature this time. Let's see if we get the temperature this time. Let's go ahead and copy these again. I mean, it should run it again, right? No, it shouldn't. Okay, so now it gave us the temperature of 302.98. So that is in Kelvin. I have no idea what that temperature is, but using a equation, we can get it to go into Fahrenheit. So now, we got temperature. Now let's go ahead and create the equation. So we'll say temp equals, and we'll say str strings, just something I had to add because it was being weird. Round as well, so we want to round it, and then we want to do, the equation is 1.8 times the float value of temperature. Flow of temperature minus 273, and then plus 32. And that this part, wait, plus 1. Okay, bam. So this right here is the equation that I came up with to get it to round to 1, because I don't think people want 2 decimal places when seeing the temperature. 32, I go to space right there. Plus 1, it'll round just to 1 decimal place. The flow, just because you need it to be in float value string, so it'll actually display as a string, not as a an integer or float, sorry. And yeah, so that's what I got right there. And then now let's also create one last variable for the city, just so we can print out to our program what it is. So this will be data, and then we can just say name. Bam. So this is all off my little cheat sheet that I got. If you guys want a super in-depth video on what all this does and how to explain it, I kind of have an idea, but I'm not at that point in my career where I can like explain it super nicely, you know what I mean? So yeah, so city data name, and then here we can go ahead and finally print out our beautiful statement that we want people to see. So we can say print, and let's make this an F because we have to input the variables. We can say the weather in city, because that's what we got, right, from our data sheet. City, we can say currently is, and then weather. Because usually before you say what the temperature is, you say what it is. Weather. And then you say, we could say at a temperature of temp, because that's the new equation we created. And then, hold on, I got this little like symbol because I don't have it on my keyboard, but degree. And then Fahrenheit. Bam. So what this does, it's going to say, for example, it'll be like this. The weather in city. So we got the city from data name. So if we come into here, go to data, and we find name, which we remember is all the way at the end. So it'll say data name. It should say Manhattan. So here it should say the weather in Manhattan currently is weather. So what is weather again? Data weather 0 description. So we go here. It was in weather, and it was in the first set, so 0 right here. And then it was in description, which it'll say clear sky at a temperature of temp. So let's go to, so temp is temperature, which is at data main temp. So we go back to here again, where it was at the main. Wait, where's main? Main, and then temp. So it'll say 302.98, but we made it do this little equation. So it'll convert it to a string, it'll round it, and it'll be 1.8 times the float value of temperature minus 273 plus 32, and then it'll round it to 1 decibel. So this is what we can do. Print out this. This is all the background right here. So you know what? We can go ahead and actually cancel that out. Do we have anything else printed? No. So this should be the only thing that gets printed. And let's see if it works. So I'm going to run it. Let me go ahead and grab the things again. There we go. The weather in Manhattan currently is clear sky at a temperature of 86.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what it is in our temperature that we understand, unless you're from somewhere else and you are in Celsius, and I'm sorry, you got to figure out that. Okay, and you guys can do this with any city. So you guys know how you did Manhattan. I tried Chicago, but it was being weird. So this is for, let's do Denver, Colorado. So we'll do, that's the latitude, here's the longitude, and the weather in Denver is currently is broken clouds at a temperature of 92 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you guys would like to add something to make this a little bit more your own, what I would do is to create another if statement and say, if the temp is, let's say, under 60 degrees, say it is very cold out today, like bundle up, wear warm clothes. Or let's say it's like over 85, you could say it is very hot today, dress loosely and accordingly, or so you don't get sweat, you know what I mean? Or if it's either of those, you guys could say it is great weather out, blah 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 blah. You could also say if it's cold, there's so many things you can do. If it's cold, you could say today is a very cold day, you could stay inside. Or if it's too hot, say today is very hot outside, you guys can go to the pool. Whatever you guys want, that's what programmers are about. You create your own things. I know this is a very, very sketchy tutorial. This is my very first one. I'm sorry if I did miss things or not explain things correctly. I hope you guys got a good understanding from what I know. And if you guys do want to see more videos, let me know. Please comment below different things you guys would like me to try, and I will learn and explain it myself. I am currently a student finishing my first year. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Peace.